I'm going to issue an executive order my first day in office saying that any government official who lies to the public in conjunction with his official duties is going to lose his job.
Let me remind you of a couple things.
This is Walter Cronkite reporting from the Hudson River north of Manhattan. What are the economic considerations that make it impossible to order the cleaning up of the river?
One industry doesn't want to do it because it's easier to discharge into the Hudson River than to provide for a sewage disposal system. The federal government just hasn't done anything.
I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr. For the last 14 years, I've been the chief prosecuting attorney for the Hudson River Keeper.
I've forced polluters to spend almost $500 million on water protection on the Hudson River. And today, the Hudson is one of the richest water bodies on Earth. So that's a success story.
We're not worried whether the striped bass in the Hudson River have PCBs in them. We're worried that those PCBs are going to get into children.
Kennedy went toe-to-toe with Mayor Giuliani in New York because the city's drinking water ran the risk of being polluted because of violations of watershed agreement.
We have to have strong regulations that we know are going to permanently protect this water supply for the next 400 years.
You might remember Bobby on the front lines of the Dakota Access Pipeline protest.
The people who are at these camps and who are on these barricades are people who are simply asking that the law be enforced. That awesome police power of the state was being deployed against peaceful protesters on behalf of an outlaw company. I've been involved in some of the biggest lawsuits in history, including the Monsanto lawsuit, which just settled, which is over $12 billion, the third largest settlement in history. We've been able to uncover during discovery documents that show a collusive arrangement between Monsanto and the heads of the pesticide division at EPA, who were collaborating with Monsanto to conceal from the public all of the science that showed that Monsanto was causing cancer and other injuries. I've sued the USDA and the big farm cabals probably more than any other attorney in this country. I just won a suit against FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, for lying to the public. I'm involved in litigation now with the Department of Transportation because I'm representing 1,000 families right now whose lives were upended by the Norfolk Southern spill in East Palestine, Ohio. That spill took place directly because of agency capture. And I always thought oil and coal were the big behemoths, but that's before I started challenging the pharmaceutical industry. Almost 50% of FDA's budget comes from pharmaceutical companies. These agencies are no longer independent agencies. They're sock puppets.
You really think they're going to let you go expose that?
As president, they work for me. I understand regulatory capture. I've sued NIH, CDC, FDA, EPA multiple times. When you sue these agencies, you get a PhD in regulatory capture and the mechanisms and the perverse incentive systems and the individuals that are put in place to divert that agency from a public purpose, instead to expanding and promoting the mercantile ambitions of the industries it's supposed to regulate.
90% of lawyers are lazy. They just want to settle behind closed doors. Then you have the 10%, then you have the 1%, then you have the 0.1% of the annoying lawyers. RFK is that annoying lawyer you don't want to go up against. Wake up call. He's been waiting for this moment.
The people who are actually part of the government, they get co-opted into this system where nothing is going to be fixed. I'm coming in from the outside. I'm not intimidated by these agencies. I actually know how to fix it.
Certainly many people are afraid of him because of what he represents. He is a threat to the status quo. He is a threat to the merger between corporate and state power.